Hello, this is Jamie doing the lab experiment number 6. Um, I did things a little bit different this time in order to just make it one video. First off, I went ahead and I did my experiment with diffusion. I filled my beaker halfway up with distilled water, and then added 1 ml of hydrogen or of iodine. And then in my baggie, I had 50 mLs of distilled water, as well as a half a teaspoon of cornstarch. Um, per the directions, I went ahead and I microwaved that for 15 seconds to dissolve the starch, and then allowed it to sit in the iodine water for now it looks like about 20 minutes. So this is what I have. Um, I thought that the starch would actually be visible in the cup of iodine water as well as in the bag itself, but I was wrong. Apparently, I'm assuming that the iodine made the water more concentrated, maybe? I don't know. Um, but that's kind of how I understood it. Which in turn, this was less concentrated. And the iodine, I'm assuming, was smaller molecule wise and was able to pass through the bag. And then, of course, it did change colors of the starch, so it did make it visible. And they're all right there. I don't know if you could, there you go, all right there on the bottom there. Um, so yeah, that was interesting. Not what I thought would happen, but it's kind of neat to be able to see it going up the sides of the bag as well. So um, now, as far as the eggs go, again, I didn't do this just once. I did this 3 times, so I could have 3 different eggs to show you. um, so my first egg is in my um, vinegar solution. Instead of doing 200 mLs, I actually did 150. Every time I did 200 mLs of anything, completely overfilled, and I lost my volume that I initially started with. So um, again, this one started out with 150 mLs. And then, so my egg is actually, it would almost look normal. I mean, it's definitely more transparent, it's definitely more fragile. And it's kind of neat to actually be able to see the yolk in there. But after I did that, I noticed, see, I thought my vinegar would be an isotonic solution, meaning that I would not get any loss of my liquid. And I don't know if it was because of evaporation or if it really is a, what is it? Yeah, it wasn't isotonic, so it had to have been, it lost water, so I'm going to say it was hypotonic, I believe. I'm going to have to sit and think about that and get kind of nervous with the video and all. But I did. I went from 150 mLs down to about 130, so I lost about 20 mLs of vinegar. So again, my egg is nice and squishy, definitely fragile looking. So now, when I put it in the corn syrup, I naturally thought with it being a high concentration of pretty much just sugar, I thought for sure that it would draw water out of the egg, and yay, I was correct. Um, so I'm going to carefully take this sucker out. My egg is totally deflated. Not totally deflated, but it's pretty deflated. As you can see, it's just, I mean, just looks odd. Just like a, I don't know, can you see it well? Anyway, just not a normal egg. So with that being said, again, I started out with 150 mLs of my syrup, and I ended with about, I'm going to say about 185 mLs. So that indeed did draw water out of my solution, or out of my egg, which in turn, I always get these mixed up. So a high concentration, so I'm going to say that was a hypertonic. So it was drawing water out of it. Again, I don't have my notes in front of me, so. Um, and then, of course, after I had taken my deflated egg, and I know this is not the same one, but this all rang true for every one of my eggs. I took my deflated egg, stuck it in 50 mLs of water, and then I got a normal looking egg again, except it also grew. It actually got, I'm not going to say quite a bit bigger, but it's definitely grown bigger than what it was. This happened to be one of the smaller eggs that I was working with. So, again, according to my notes, I started out with 150 mLs of water, and then at the end of the 24-hour period, I then ended with 120 mLs of water. So it definitely absorbed quite a bit of water. So that was that. My eggs were pretty neat, and I have to say my 10-year-old was terrified that we were going to have to eat these eggs. So thank you very much, Sherry. Have a good night.